Erik Karlsson could become a huge trade piece for the Pittsburgh Penguins by Mr. Leo in a surprising turn of events. The Pittsburgh Penguins find themselves in a position where Erik Karlsson, once seen as a cornerstone acquisition, may now be one of their most valuable trade assets. The surprising part? His resurgence on the ice is what's creating the leverage. Background: why Pittsburgh brought Karlsson in. When the Penguins acquired Karlsson in a blockbuster 3-team deal in August 2023, the expectation was clear. Bring in a generational right-shot defenseman to stabilize the blue line and help push the team back into Stanley Cup contention. Pittsburgh Hockey, now +2 Wikipedia +2 Karlsson arrives with an exceptional resume, multiple Norris Trophy wins, an elite offensive game from the back end, and one of the highest career scoring totals among defensemen in league history. SI+1, however, his time in Pittsburgh hasn't quite unfolded flawlessly. While he has delivered at times, the fit and role alignment have been questioned. In seasons past, his high cap hit around $10 million annually, and perceived defensive lapses raised doubts about whether the Penguins were getting full value. SI+1, the present. Karlsson's existing value builds trade leverage. Here's the twist. For much of the opening stretch of the 2025-26 campaign, Karlsson is showing signs of recapturing his elite form. Through his first 8 games, he's recorded 5 assists, logged over 20 minutes a night, and helped Pittsburgh dominate expected goals metrics when he's on the ice. Say that kind of resurgence matters. It means Karlsson's value isn't simply depreciating with age. He's showing he still impacts games. For contender clubs searching for a right-side defenseman who combines offensive flair with experience, he becomes a rare trade chip. Moreover, his contract expires after the 2026-27 season, meaning he isn't a long-term albatross for a new team. That creates flexibility. An acquiring team can take a calculated risk, get the upside now, and address the future later. Why Pittsburgh might consider moving him may initially seem counterintuitive. Why trade a player who is playing well? But several factors steer the Penguins toward this possibility. Cap space and timing. Despite his improved performance, Karlsson's cap hit still strains Pittsburgh's financial flexibility. Moving him now could free up room to invest elsewhere and replenish depth. Team trajectory. The Penguins have missed the playoffs more than once in recent years, and if the front office determines that this season won't end in a cup run, turning a valuable asset into future pieces makes sense. Wikipedia maximizing value while it's high. In trading assets, timing is everything. Karlsson's resurgence offers Pittsburgh the opportunity to extract maximum return before any potential decline. Roster construction and youth infusion. With emerging players coming, the Penguins may prefer to allocate resources differently. Trading a high-cost veteran for younger assets may align better with a retooling phase. What a trade could look like if the Penguins decide to move Karlsson. Multiple components would shape any deal. Retention of salary. Pittsburgh could retain a portion of Karlsson's salary to make him more affordable for a contender. That increases the number and quality of teams interested. SI return assets. The Penguins would likely seek a mix of high draft picks, young NHL-ready defensemen or forwards, and possibly prospect capital to balance the risk of moving a veteran. Contender interest. Teams that lack a high-end right-side defenseman and believe they can contend now are the prime suitors. Karlsson's current form will draw that attention. Timeline. Given his expiring contract, a deal might include a rent-a-star component, Karlsson for an immediate push. That both raises value and places pressure on Pittsburgh to decide before his value drops. Risks and considerations for Pittsburgh, of course. The decision to trade a player like Karlsson isn't without pitfalls. Short-term loss. If Karlsson remains healthy and dominant, trading him could cost Pittsburgh on the ice next season. Signal to market. Moving a marquee veteran may send the message that the team is not in win-now mode, affecting fan perception and player morale. Return uncertainty. No matter how good Karlsson looks, converting one player into multiple assets is unpredictable. A poor return could set the team back. Potential rebound. If Karlsson continues to improve and the Penguins flip their fortunes, regret may follow. Timing will be critical. Strategic implications for Karlsson's future team, from the perspective of any team acquiring him. Here's what Karlsson brings. Offensive upside from the blue line. His vision, puck handling and power play acumen remain elite. Right-hand shot defenseman. These are rarer than left shots, and having a top-tier one is a major advantage. Short-term window. A new team would likely deploy him heavily for the next 1 to 2 seasons, and then reevaluate. Risk management. Because the contract expires relatively soon, the risk diminishes. Any team is aware this is not a decade-long commitment. Conclusion. A trade piece with hidden value in an era where flexibility, youth infusion, and cap management are as vital as star power. Erik Karlsson stands out as a unique commodity. He's not just a veteran signing gone stale. He's a high-value asset whose resurgence amplifies his attractiveness on the trade market. For the Pittsburgh Penguins, the calculus is clear. If they believe their window for a cup is closing, or if they believe they can extract more, long-term value by trading now, Karlsson might well become the centerpiece of a significant deal. Whether the Pens pull the trigger remains to be seen, but for now, the narrative has shifted from Karlsson as cornerstone to Karlsson as prized trade piece, and that shift alone reflects the changing dynamics of the Penguins' roster and strategy.